Oh, sheesh, what a day. What a day. What a day if I ever knew such a day could be. Oh, feels nice. Sure ain't nearly as cold as it was a few weeks ago. But it sure does stay nice and chilly. Yeah. Corona. Corona Diary 176. Middle of April. Ain't nothing's changed. I've been thinking of doing something I wish I would have done in my lifetime as a young man. Growing a little facial hair. I always wish I could have a beard. Well, I hated it though. And all this time I've been keeping a clean shaven face. With the hope she'd recognize me as soon as I saw her again. I'll tell you what. There's only a little bit of warmth left in this life. Damn, son of a bitch. Oh, come on. God, that burnt. Like I was saying, there ain't much warmth in this life except for this candlelight here. There's nothing like ending the night by a candlelight fire. It kind of reminds me of the good old days. The good old days sitting out there roasting s'mores. I haven't seen a marshmallow in at least. Golly, probably since I worked last. But you know, days like these, you have a lot of time for meditation. I've been reading the good old book, the good old Hebrew Bible. I've been meditating on this verse in the book of Job, Job 5:7. Man is born unto trouble, as the fly, as the sparks fly upward. That's what it says in the ancient Near Eastern Hebrew. Man is born unto trouble, as the sparks fly upward. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't until this coronavirus that I even knew what trouble was. I used to think trouble was, getting a flat tire on the side of the road, maybe a B- on a test when I really aspired for an A, maybe getting rejected by a girl you loved. I thought that was trouble. I had no clue that trouble really meant famine, eviction, death, loss of a child, no food on the table, that type of stuff. We Americans, we sure were in for a whole lot of surprises. But that's why I love this book of Job in the ancient Hebrew. Take a look. Tell me if you can read that. It's so ancient, I bet there's not a man left on this planet that can read it. I can barely read it. I'll read it for you now. Ashkar, bago dishkar, Ashkar, badoshkar. You see, there's a lot of rhymes in Hebrew, a lot of gutturals in Hebrew. But I think there's something important to note here, is that Job, you might not know this, I didn't know this till a couple days ago, but Job's the most ancient book in all of the world. It's the oldest text we have on record. I'll tell you what, at least very, 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 very close. And if you definitely believe in that evolution stuff, then you'll believe it's probably like 40 billion years old and somehow we still have our hands on it. But that's beside the point, because Job is a man that knew the way of this world and the nature of this world, and he sat down and he wrote about it, and he told us that man should not be surprised if trouble flings up into your life, because we're born unto it. We're born unto it. We should expect it. We should be ready for it. It's like the sparks. They fly upward. It's gonna spring here. It's gonna spring there, but it's coming, and we better be ready. Trouble is no surprise. And that was a tough thing for me to learn as a young American man, losing my job, my family, my car, my Pellegrino, all the good things in life. But Job, that man sure did lose many things. You should have saw him. He was more itchy than a than a man bitten by a pile of ants. He was itching so much he had sores. His wife said, just curse God and leave him. He lost his whole family, every daughter, every son, every grandchild, every flock of sheep. He was a poor man. He went from being Donald Trump rich to being broke as hell. And that's trouble right there. And he's telling me right now, don't be surprised if trouble comes. Man's born unto it. All this fire, all this warmth sure does remind me of the great metaphor of 2020. You remember when the fires, you might remember, if you lived. There was a fire in Australia. It seemed like the whole country was burning to a crisp. And I tell you what, I bet those koalas going extinct is just a metaphor for our race burning up. Australia burning was just a prophetic warning of the whole world burning to a crisp. Because sooner or later, that's exactly what's going to happen. No one thinking about Australia anymore in the light of coronavirus. We all dropping like flies out there, dying left and right. Nobody had any blood left in them. Nobody was living. I'm surprised I'm still here with my mind straight on. But that's enough of this ancient Hebrew text. Because the truth is, the world did burn. It burned to a crisp, if you know what I mean. It burned to a crisp. You know, it reminds me of this good old saying by my dear friend in seminary. His name was Kierkegaard. Danish man. Man, he was a wild nutcase, I'll tell you what. He died young, too. But he said this. He said the world was going to end with everyone laughing in misbelief. And he used this great metaphor. He said, imagine you're at the play. And the clown or the jester comes out. Whatever fits your imagination. He comes out and he said, get the heck out of here. There's a fire in the back. It's going to burn down. We better get going. Imagine that. Right? Everyone's looking at this clown thinking, ha ha, what a funny joke. You're telling us to get the hell out of here, to jump ship, to crash course, whatever you say, I don't know. But we're here for the play. We paid $20 a ticket. We're going to have a nice show. We're going to eat our popcorn. We're going to drink our tea. Please let us stay. We want to hear the show, Mr. Clown. Thank you very much. And the clown, he shakes his arms. He's like, get out of here. This place is burning down. And he said, that's exactly how the world's going to burn. And that's exactly what happened. You know, they're telling us stay inside. Social distance. Lock your doors. Don't go outside. Don't touch the old people. Stay away from the babies. And the next thing you know, us 21-year-olds, we're out there sitting in the park drinking wine like it's a barbecue every Sunday. Little did we know the world was coming to a great, great end. And it sure did burn. We all saw the clown, but we didn't believe him. The only warmth left is this candle. I don't know how many more days I got on my lifespan, but I hope it's 0. I don't want to wake up tomorrow. You know, there's really only one thing I miss more in this life, and that's a hug. I could use a hug. I would whip up my phone and press that app for the hugger people and have them come over and give me a hug for an hour, and I'd pay about $2,000 for something like that. But chances are I ain't gonna get no hug. I used to hug my wife, and I wish I would have given her that last hug before we separated. But that's for another day. The truth is, if you see this tape and you're living, look around. Find whoever you can see and give them a hug. Because you know what they say? And I'll end on this note. You know how much a baby needs to be cuddled? A whole lot of hell and cuddling. That's a whole hell lot of cuddling, if you know what I mean. And if you could put that in an equation, I bet you not even Einstein could figure it out. But I'll tell you what. They say adults need just as much cuddling as a baby. You know how I'm dying here? My heart's sick. I haven't had a hug in 173 days. That's a hell of a lot of days. I could go for a hug right now. I'd give my left nut for a hug. I'd give my whole life for a hug. I want to die hugging someone. So let me just get this straight and get it straight for good. Give somebody a hug. There's enough trouble in this life. The clown's there telling us to jump ship and watch out. Don't be caught in the park drinking your wine with your buddies, 'cause you want to give them a hug before it's too late, you understand? Who would have thunk Australia burning? was just a prophetic warning. Day 172.